Hello and welcome to the Overly Animated Podcast, where we take animation seriously. We provide fan-oriented and analytic discussions on a variety of animated shows, movies, and anime, currently featuring Steven Universe, Miraculous Ladybug, The New Powerpuff Girls, and Archer. I'm Dylan Hysen, and today I'm joined by Delaney Stovall.
Hello.
Today, Delaney and I will be discussing episode 20 of Miraculous Ladybug, Guitar Villain. Last week we went out of order and we did Pixelator number 21 at the suggestion of our listeners, and seems like a very good decision as this episode takes place directly after Pixelator, so I don't know why the heck you would air this before Pixelator. But yeah, we're going through Miraculous Ladybug every week here on the Overly Animated Podcast until we catch up. We've got 6 more to go after this, and we're definitely in the home stretch with the plot episodes now. And you can check it out at overlyanimated.com. Search for the Overly Animated Podcast on iTunes or your favorite podcatcher. You could subscribe to our Miraculous Ladybug specific feed. Check that out at our website. Let's get right into a Guitar Villain. Delaney, what were your general thoughts on this episode?
This episode is so weird.
Yeah.
It's just weird. Also, are we going back in time? I feel like these more this episode just seems like such a giant step backwards from all the other episodes. There's some really weird stuff going on. Okay, so are we increasing the amount of times people see Tiki? Is this are we going back in time heading towards the origins episodes? This is just weird stuff going on. There's a dragon. Everything just we had the translations and they're middle schoolers. In this episode, I'm okay, maybe they're actually middle schoolers because they're actually acting like middle schoolers in this episode.
Yeah, what does that mean? What about it made it seem like this was an early episode or earlier in their lives?
It's just they just don't really seem like themselves. They seem like kiddish versions of themselves almost. It's just a weird episode. They just seem younger, they're just acting. I'm granted it might be some of the fanish stuff going on because of Jagged Stone, but I don't know, it just seemed really weird and off. I don't know what it was about this episode. They just I don't know. I guess Cat was being more useless than usual. I don't know, this episode was just weird and I didn't really like it that much.
I mean, it's definitely weird. I don't know if the acted younger thing is I don't know if they're that much different than normal. I mean, I think this episode takes place early on in the timeline. It was clearly after Pixelator. Pixelator was an early episode of the show, so this is probably within the first 10 episodes that should have been aired. Yeah, I don't think it was great. I mean, it was okay. Fang as a dragon is pretty interesting. The whole thing with XY, I don't know how successful it was. I didn't really care about him, which was kind of the point. They made jokes about it in terms of him, Marinette just casually saves him at the end, which is kind of funny. But yeah, definitely not one of the stronger episodes of the show, but there's still some notable stuff, again, with the Tiki getting noticed. Yeah. And Marinette just apparently this is just a thing. Tiki gets seen a lot, and we're just gonna it's just a thing now. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I thought it was okay. We're used to some stronger episodes at this point, but it was okay. I thought that at the very least they had fun with it. You had an absurd outfit for Jagged, and Fang as the dragon was pretty fun, and then just with everyone shouting rock and roll, I think was pretty great. Including.
No, I think that's. I just couldn't. This episode was just so weird. We're watching this episode in French, and they keep shouting in English, and I'm this
yeah,
is
they
just
do.
The weirdest.
It's like watching anime, and then they say English phrases. It's great. Yeah, just a bunch of rock and roll. Even Tiki saying rock and roll is pretty stupid, but I kind of liked it. I don't know. Let's go through. I mean, what do you think of I like one thing I do like about this episode is it goes back to the roots of Marinette designing things, which I think is cool. I didn't know she was a graphic artist.
Clearly do everything. She can clearly do everything, and I'm fine with this.
Since when does she have a good tablet and is able to is into graphic design and stuff? I didn't know if that was a thing. I mean, we know she's into fashion design.
She just does all the art, I guess. Just all the art. She can make dolls.
Yeah, and
she can make hats.
Yeah, but those I feel dolls and hats I think are related. This I think is different.
They are related, but she can just art. She just arts. She just does the art.
Yeah, that's what it seemed like.
All of it.
Yeah. what do you think of? I did really like that, and I think this is a pretty good Marinette episode. One thing that
No,
was
it's a really good episode.
Yeah, I'm good Marinette episode. One thing that was pretty bad about the episode is just the preachiness of yeah, rock is great, new pop sucks. Like just not even they're not even like trying to hide their opinions on this. Just every character who we're sympathetic to in the show espouses that opinion, and then every character that we don't like is like likes XY, aka Chloe, and it's just pretty stupid that whole
Well, I
thing.
thought it was more of like, I don't know, I took it more of as just like a joke.
I think
I
they,
thought it was
I
more of
mean.
making fun of rock and roll. That's
uh,
what I got more of it out of it.
Maybe, but like, what's the like? They pretty clearly just have every character liking
Yeah.
Jagged. I feel like they're playing. I feel like the show is this episode like legitimizes Jagged. I think it's like he represents the purity of music and stuff like that. And maybe they're making fun of it a little bit, but not to the extent that they're definitely
Right.
like hating on current like synth pop
I
type
don't know.
stuff.
It's hard for it to be like for me to like care as much about it just because was the XY, he's like not even a person. So like to me it's not even like that effective as if it is like to make like to bash it or stuff because
I mean,
like it just
at
I
one
don't know.
point, XY literally says, "Yeah, I don't even do anything. The computer
Right,
makes
right.
the music good." Like, come on, like,
Yeah.
I understand that you don't like techno or whatever you're making fun of, but like, this is stupid. Why are you you don't like this new DJ type? I don't even know what to call it, but yeah,
Well, it's
I don't
kind
like
of
episodes like
funny though.
shoving morals, subjective morals in my face so much. It's a little
Well,
annoying.
it's kind of funny though because like it's almost like a subversion of a trope because like Marinette's into like this hardcore rock guy and not like whatever the crap XY is supposed to be, like the Justin Bieber of whatever this is going on.
Yeah, it's like a subversion, but
Like,
at the same time, it's like all the cool kids, like actual
right.
rock, like are sympathetic characters. It's like look how cool Marinette is. She like actually likes Jagged and Stones, not into Justin Bieber, right? That's so I don't
Yeah.
know. I mean,
I
yeah,
don't know. Like for me, it's like it's hard. Like I'm so used to rock being made fun of that like I didn't even process this episode because it was just like Jagged is so ridiculous.
I think this episode
So it just,
is like them embracing their love of rock, like to the fullest extent. That's
I
kind
mean,
of how I took it.
I mean, it's, I wasn't that interested in that part of the episode. It just happened. And, like, granted, I like that we had this episode and that, like, we kind of like, okay, Jagged Stone's a person. I understand who Jagged Stone is now after this is the fourth time we've seen him.
Yeah, in the actual timeline, the second time we've seen him. But yeah, I do
Yeah.
think this was good for his character, and he seems like a legitimate secondary character now. And I think the Rock stuff, like the way they went with it, which is just like absurd, over the top, his powers, like
Yeah.
whatever seismic, whatever, like just over and over, and like everyone just saying rock and roll. I think it was kind of fun, but I don't know. It wasn't it's what didn't like stand out as something great narratively to me. And I think another big thing is that there wasn't really anything from this episode that stood out as super big moments. Like I don't know if I'm gonna remember anything from this episode as important in terms of just like the overall like Ladybug continuum. I mean, no big
No,
shipping
not really.
moments, no big moments for
Well, I
anyone's
mean,
character.
the autograph and like you're awesome. Like those are pretty good, but just that really.
Yeah, that was, I guess, the most notable part of the episode. He gets her autograph at the end, but like they don't even do anything with it. That feels like a bigger moment, and they don't even do anything with it. I guess this is before Gamer. I think that would only make sense. I don't think that would make sense if it was after Gamer, because that's the
Yeah.
episode where they like are friends. So
Right.
yeah, I don't know. It was kind of fun. Not one of our better ones in a while, but I like some of the stuff we did with it. Let's go through the episode. Jagged, like at the beginning of the episode, is like singing a song that has Miraculous in it. Was this like her? Was this like his Marinette song? Maybe.
I guess so.
That
That's
doesn't
what
make
I
any
thought it
sense
was.
because he doesn't know she's Ladybug, right? So because he remember at the Linda last episode he was playing the theme song for some
Yeah.
reason. Yeah. Um, he like still has these glasses Marinette got him last time, and he's like, "This girl like really gets me." Like,
It's so ridiculous.
this is pretty stupid. Also like that's exactly his voice, by the way.
Yeah.
This whole clash with his producer, which I just didn't care about.
Oh,
Wants him to do a duet with XY, wants him to modernize, wants Marinette to work on the cover.
Like,
And
you know
then
what? The producer is like the worst person ever. Like, he might be worse than Hawkmoth. Like, he like manipulates this like little girl. Like, really? Get out, go away.
yeah, I mean
Like
it's
rude. You're manipulating like this like 14-year-old girl. You're the worst.
okay.
Like,
Let's remember Hawkmoth akumatized a child. Like let's not compare, but
okay, you're right. You're right. I forgot.
it's there's just such an obvious solution to this problem, which they get to at the end, which is Jagged's like, yeah, I'll just go somewhere else. I'm still number two, but she just doesn't say it in the beginning of the episode. It's just such an obvious solution. Anyway, we get to Marinette to design the cover. On Marinette's like working on her tablet. It's pretty cool. Soulless XY music, not like my style. Like, okay, Marinette has the style now, apparently. Tiki says, why are you
He
doing
gets like
this?
done with the music and like turns it off.
Yeah. Tiki's like, as usual, is like, Marinette, you should do what the episode is portraying is the right thing for you to do. And Marinette's like, why are you doing it? Because I was told to. If Jagged Stone chose you for this, it's your style that he wants, says Tiki. Which, like,
What does Tiki know about anything?
why
Like,
does Tiki know that? That doesn't make sense. Like, Tiki, like, why do you know everything?
I can, given that she's an internal being, I can buy that she's all knowing.
Yeah, but
But
like,
like,
this
if she,
isn't the type of thing she would know. This is
I
like,
know, like I don't like
she might know
even.
history, but you don't understand why do you understand how literally
Well, I
every
mean,
single person works?
Dylan technically all knowing is all knowing, but we're not
Okay,
going to
we
argue
think
the point
she's
about
like,
being all knowing.
we think she's like she's lived forever. I don't know if she's all knowing, but I guess I've said she's all
It could
knowing
be,
before, but it's a joke. Like obviously she's not all. Maybe she is
or we
all.
don't know though. We don't
Yeah,
know anything about TV.
this is
She could be
proof.
all
This
knowing.
is
We
proof
have
that
no
Tiki is
idea.
omniscient. Yeah, that she just understands everyone's motivations all around them. Yeah,
With that, she could do that. What do we need, Ladybug? Like, I don't like Tiki. Just is a mystery. Like, she just baffles me. What is Tiki?
yeah. Marinette, superhero, Parisian, protector of the weak and innocent, not capable of handling pressure, says Tiki.
Getting sassy, Tiki. Jeez.
Yeah, also, like, why are you, like, pumping up her protector of the... First of all, is she a protector of the weak and innocent? I don't know about that. Maybe.
Yeah, okay, because the thing is, like, we don't see, like, she doesn't save people, really.
She's
She,
kind
like,
of a protector of the weak, but, like, the innocent? Like, it's not like the people are getting akumatized or guilty. I don't know about that. This could be a
I don't know.
translation thing, but, yeah.
Well, it's interesting because when you think about it, like, we're like, yeah, she's a superhero. But, like, Marinette just, like, all we see is her fighting these villains. I want to see Marinette, like, save a cat in a tree or, like,
I mean,
put out
she
a
saves
fire. Like,
people from the villains. Like, that's...
yeah, but, like, you know,
I don't know
yeah,
if I would describe her as like Robin Hood, like protecting the weak,
no.
and she's just
She
like
just
reacting
fights
to Hawkmoth.
villains.
That's kind of all she's doing, I think.
Yeah, like, she doesn't, like, she's not, like, putting out fires or, like,
Well, she kind of is, but
stopping
she is putting
monsters.
out fires. Like that's kind of what she's doing. But it's not like I don't know. Never mind.
Yeah,
It's not like she's
she's not putting out literal.
it's not like a public defender. She's like
Yeah.
some of the people she could be saving are guilty. I don't like this isn't. I don't. Never mind. Okay. Redo it, but like me says. Yeah, says Jagged Stone. I like how he's just like this scene I liked. He's just like casually like, yeah, just do it again, like me. Like it's not a big thing. We talked about the XY saying the computer's making music people like success guaranteed. Like, oh my god.
He breaks the tablet. What? Is this when he breaks the tablet? When does he break the tablet?
Yeah, Fang eats the tablet. Yeah.
Well, no, he breaks it and then throws it at Fang.
Yeah. It's pretty interesting.
Like, what?
He calls
XY
calls him a dinosaur or stuff like that. And then Hawkmoth. So Hawkmoth at this point, after Jagged Stone's upset at XY on TV, akumatizes him, and then Fang. Okay, first of all, why is Fang also turned into something else? He's not the one being akumatized here.
Okay, like, Hogwarts makes no sense to me. Like, he knows everything. And he's like, yeah, even your crocodile. And then it's like, you still don't know who Cat Noir and, like, I don't understand. Like, it makes no sense. You know, all of these things.
I don't know if that's like, okay, like, I think he could know that this public figure has a crocodile too. Like,
I know, but still, like, yeah, it just, I mean, we still haven't talked about, like, does he, like, feel a disturbance in the Force? Oh, you're ticked off. I'm gonna go akumatize you. Like,
Yeah,
How
that's
do
what I was
you
gonna
work?
say. This is like the weakest akumatization motivation we've seen. Like, okay, he's kind of upset at his rival on the show. It's not like he's been he hasn't even been slighted at this point. He's just like pissed for and Hawkmont's able to capitalize on any negative emotion at all. Like this, I feel like is the lowest that we've seen on
Oh,
the
my
show.
parents founded me. I become super teen. Like what is like
Can you just do? I mean, I guess like the child was just like upset that she couldn't get the doll. Like these are some not big motivations. Like I feel like it does not take a lot. You could really just akumatize everyone, which is what we've talked about before.
I mean, I think we've gotten to the point where like they don't care anymore. They're just like, I'm just gonna make a villain. They're gonna fight, and we're gonna. Wait a minute. He didn't even try and get the Miraculouses. Like, what was the point of this?
He said it during the akumatization, but yeah, that never actually happened. Him trying to
There
get.
was no attempt.
I guess
There wasn't
Jagged
even,
like did never just never listen to him and just did his thing.
well, there was never even a moment where he was like, get the
Yeah,
Miraculouses. Like,
usually we get Hawkmoth appearing like
like
in the villain's like over the villain's face, and it's like get
his
their
normal.
Miraculouses. But yeah, that didn't happen
Yeah.
this episode. Yeah, that was
No,
weird.
like.
Yeah, this episode really wasn't. Even Hawkmoth was like, yeah, I guess it's just not happening right now.
Mom was just like, oh well, I just felt like this one today. Like,
He's pissed at the end, but I don't feel like you didn't really try that hard, Hawkmoth. I don't know if you've reason to be pissed.
like he really didn't. He
Why
didn't
is
try that hard.
Fang
Also,
also turns? That's my question. Why is that happening?
I mean, well, it's kind of like what this RoboCop got. Like he has a RoboCar. I mean, I guess it's fine. I don't
Does
know.
that mean that if someone is like a cat, then just their cat also gets akumatized when they do? Does this mean
Question.
does this mean if Marinette got akumatized,
Yeah,
then
I was about to say,
Tiki would
yeah,
also? I think yes. I think that's what this is saying.
that's how that would work.
Evil
Also,
Tiki, it's happening.
Also, wouldn't it be? I was just about like, how cool of an episode that be if like one of them gets akumatized? Like how like the other one's just like, oh crap.
Yeah, I mean, this is the frequent, you see like fan art and stuff of this all the time. But yeah, I mean, I think one thing I was going to say is I think we've been provided with ample justification for one of them to be akumatized at this point in the series. Like both have gotten, I guess, like Adrian could just like, oh, my dad doesn't love me, akumatized. Like, I mean, if his dad's Hawkmoth, then I guess that might not happen. But like, and Marinette could just Marinette's been like overwhelmed or pissed, and like that could be enough justification. Like, why hasn't that happened yet?
Or just Chloe getting on nerves.
I feel like it's a thing that I don't know, maybe we'll see it next season, and maybe it happens. I assume I would have been spoiled already if it happened this season, like one of them getting akumatized. But yeah, I feel like that's a thing that should maybe happen. Maybe their powers prevent it, whatever. Who knows?
Well, the thing is, like, if Marinette, well, think about it. If Marinette gets akumatized, they can't stop it.
Yeah, that's right. So well, unless we have other Marinette types, which is presumably, which has been hinted at in Pharaoh, I think, which I think might be coming into play in some episodes we're about to see, but I'm honestly not sure. So we'll see. Cat can't devilize from
Yeah, no, Cat can't.
because he's useless. So, Adrian greets Marinette. It's like hi Marinette, and then Chloe just runs out. It's like Adria honey. That's how they translate it. Adria honey. It was pretty good.
Why is he going there? Like, did Chloe just call him and be like, come here? Like, why? Adrian,
I don't remember the context, but yeah, I mean, he doesn't really have many friends, so maybe he just hangs out with Chloe.
He just showed up there.
Just shows up. Yeah. Tiki is really pissed that Chloe's talking in third person.
That was really funny. She's like, are you hearing what I'm hearing? Yes. Like,
Why are you upset about it? I don't understand Tiki. Why are you upset?
It's so funny though, like, cause Tiki, like, we have these times where Tiki is just like played for straight, and then other times I'm like, Tiki, why are you getting sassy? Like, can you calm down? Like, Tiki, do you have a sense of humor? I'm really confused right now.
Tiki, I would be really freaked out if Tiki laughed. Yeah, has she? No, right? I don't think so. But I think this is episode 20. Someone sent me an ask when this episode aired, and it was like, something happens to Tiki that'll freak you out. I don't remember anything this episode freaking me out with Tiki. I mean, I guess like her in the purse, but
it's not like
Tiki like getting mad at Chloe for talking in third person. That could be scary. I don't know.
I just think it's really funny. Like,
but is Tiki just like a grammar Nazi now too? Is that just
like? Who are you?
Adrian, a fan of Jagged Stone, therefore I will make the cover. Yeah, so this is the only thing that gets Marinette to like actually want to do do the cover. How Jagged wants is because Adrian's also a Jagged Stone fan. Like, of course, Marinette's motivation's going on Adrian. Yeah. It's then this like the chauffeur sees Tiki and Marinette's just like, it's a talking bag from Japan. Like, oh my god.
It's, like, what? Also, she's literally holding it up to her face. Like, can you be like, Marinette, you are a superhero. You need to get better at protecting your secret identity. Also, no one knows who Tiki is. You have like this floating weird thing. Like,
we had like 18 episodes with no plot points of recognizing Tiki, and now we just get like 2 in a row where it's like this is a thing that Tiki's just gonna be recognized. Like, oh my god. This is good. I really want this to blow up in Marinette's face, and then like Tiki's now like a public figure and everyone knows, and like Tiki's going on like TV and getting interviewed.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do that. Aren't you a fan of XY? Yes, I'm not. Me either. Chloe and Adrian talking about that. Like, oh my god, Chloe, come on, have some respect for yourself, Chloe.
Like, have some dignity, Chloe, a little bit.
Yeah. Rockin' Rip Baby says guitar villain, which I thought was pretty funny, like the rock and rip thing.
Oh god, it's just
rock and rip, baby.
The entire episode is just painful after this point.
I don't even know what his like beam is doing. He just makes people like start rocking out. Like it doesn't seem very powerful. It doesn't even affect Adrian though later in the episode, so I don't really understand.
No, I don't either.
Also, him calling himself guitar villain is pretty stupid. I guess it's like better because it's like an English phrase in French, but it's pretty on the nose. Yeah.
Well, Hawkmoth calls him that. He's like, guitar villain. I'm like, Hawkmoth, can you pick a better villain name?
Yeah.
Like, we're talking about the same guy whose name is Butterfly, so I don't really know.
Yeah, that's true. Adrian picks up Chloe and like puts her in the elevator, and yeah.
That was pretty good. I like that.
Fang is a dragon. Yeah, we talked about that. It's just absurd. Adrian knows right away that guitar villain is Jagged Stone. Does this check out with the show's internal logic? Because, so if you're listening, your first reaction is like, obviously, guitar villain is Jagged Stone, but you have to remember that in this show, putting on a superhero disguise completely masks your identity unless you have an associated item that people can identify you by. So is it like his guitar?
I don't know. Maybe it's his hair.
It could be his guitar or his hair, but like I feel like I do feel like the show is sketchy with this sometimes.
It's gotten to the point where it's like a toss up whether it's like seems legit or it's sketchy. Like it is what it is at this point.
I mean, I guess you can argue that he identifies him by the guitar, but like why couldn't it just be someone else? I don't know, with a guitar. I mean, you can put the clues together and it's like guy with guitar with crazy hair, but is that how it works? I don't know if that jives with the superhero disguise thing. Anyway, Fang breathes green fire. I guess because it's like heavy metal. I guess that's the reason. He hits Adrian and like nothing happens.
Also, he's like purple. Is that necessary? Like he's a crocodile. And, he's gonna be a purple dragon.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing, Tiki? The dragon? Like, oh my god, this show's absurd.
I honestly like just Marinette talking to Tiki. It's just like sometimes it's just so ridiculous.
It is pretty ridiculous.
What is Tiki?
Tiki, I think, is in an episode with like a dragon and the most absurd villain. I think Tiki's the most absurd part of this episode.
Yes, definitely. Like what?
They like she like launches Cat at the dragon, tries to put a staff in its mouth, and it like doesn't work.
Cat is like extra useless in this episode, like extra.
I think he does something at some point.
He wastes Cataclysm, and he just like tries to stop the beam, and it's like, you suck, like you were the worst.
Yeah, that's true. He doesn't really. He's not successful with either of those. Yeah.
So I've decided his claws are made out of anti-metal, just so everyone knows.
Okay, we'll discuss that at a future time. XY hologram. I like how he gets tricked by that. Ladybug just like calls the TV studio. Like, okay. I mean, I guess that makes sense. But
okay, if she can, why hasn't she done this? Like, if she can just call people whenever we've had a discussion before about it, but like how many other times could she have just called ahead and be like, "Yo, you should leave."
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's her like having the number of the TV studio has been established, I guess. So
Also, it's so funny that they're just like Ladybug called.
Yeah, we just Ladybug called someone else. Like, why do they just know? Why do they just like, oh, Ladybug called? Like, Ladybug called the yeah, it's the same. It's what's her face's
Yeah,
mom, right? So it's the same
yeah.
person. Um, my team can project me on stage. Live concerts are overrated. Like, okay, I get it. You don't like this type of music, whatever.
Yeah.
Thanks, writers. You're Jagged Stone. I was Jagged Stone. Now I'm Guitar Villain. Okay, like, do the villains know who they were? Is this a thing?
But my thing is like after they get like so they're always still mad about what they're mad about, but then like they get changed back and they're like I have no recollection of what just happened. I don't. Everything is confusing. Who knows?
I feel like that's like a minor thing to be mad about compared to a bunch of other stuff here. But I like it's like trying to get XY to like walk the plank the entire time.
They literally attached a plank to the Eiffel Tower. Really?
Yeah,
Really?
more Eiffel Tower nonsense. And this, yeah, Ladybug yo-yos onto the dragon, cat onto the dragon, hands on. So the guys shipping moments, hands on Ladybug's shoulders like two
They
times.
talk about how standing on top of a dragon is probably the least like logical way to ride a dragon. Like,
Okay, first of all, dragons don't exist, so how do you know?
but okay, Dylan, if you were okay, if there was a dragon and you were gonna ride it, would you stand up on it? No.
If I had superpowers, maybe I would.
But like, okay, superpower, sure, but I'm pretty sure they can't fly, so I would want to be as secure as possible to the dragon.
Again, I feel like this is not the grievances to take with this episode. I feel like there's other things. I feel like there's more important things to get to.
We've talked. We were covering them. Like
We're covering everything. We're very extensive here. Kat saying "You're awesome" to Ladybug when she like tames the dragon. It's pretty cool. Lucky Cha, hairspray, hands on shoulders again. Kat just like gets beat up so that he was a distraction. That was kind of useful. So that Marinette can hairspray him. Saves the next guy's like save me, and then she like launches him onto the guitar to break it and to get the Akuma.
A plus.
And then they're like, and then she's like freeing you from evil, and at the end of that they add in her saying rock and roll. Like, oh my god.
Yeah, I was like, no, stop.
I thought it was funny. I'm in favor of doing things with the reused animation. Kat gets a Jagged Stone autograph. Marinette runs off. Hawkmoth.
Okay, and then also XY was like, that guy's crazy. Like, we haven't really had an interaction like that before, where it's like one of the victims is like, oh man, runs away.
Yeah, that's interesting. Hawkmoth says, I'll make you listen to my music, the Requiem of Defeat. Like, okay, Hawkmoth, settle down. Settle down, Hawkmoth.
He like gets to his knees, like, calm down. You
really didn't try this time. You really can't be that upset. Come on.
Like, seriously, tone it down.
New cover. This new cover is my solo seismic. Like, okay. He like remembered that his phrase. I don't know.
See, that's why they like play it. What is this bullshit?
Rock and roll. Marinette puts like a smell sticker on it. Okay. This whole thing with
that was like hilariously ridiculous.
It's pretty
like,
stupid.
Oh, I can smell the sweat and the
Marinette, you can't just produce a smell sticker. Like, you don't have like you don't have a warehouse to make that. Okay. Adrian.
I mean, apparently she can make anything.
She
Who
can
knows?
just make anything. Adrian gets Marinette's autograph, and she's like freaking out.
That was cute. I liked that. That was adorable.
And then we have a shot of like Chloe eating a magazine in rage. In her rage.
That was pretty good.
Oh yeah, pets Marinette. As usual, happens a lot. Just your typical gal pals just petting each other. Yep.
Yep, gal pals.
Marinette's like, it's the best day of my life, and then Tiki's like rock and roll, and then the end of this ridiculous episode. I think it was fun, but yeah,
It was fun. I think I'm just from the amount of rock and roll Scooby-Doo episodes I've seen that like I just get immediately exhausted when there's a rock and roll themed anything.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, let's go through the screenshots. Did you see them?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh my god, the first one, Tiki.
This first one is just Tiki being really pissed. Yeah. I guess this is scary Tiki. This might be the winner.
This is terrifying.
Tiki looking out for Marinette's purse, looking pissed. The second one is Adrian doing a 180 with his legs, holding the staff in the dragon's mouth. An absurd screenshot. Number 3 is just the dragon holding XY in his mouth and Guitar Villain on top of him, another absurd shot. Number 4 is a pretty good shot of Marinette and Ludra like going up the Eiffel Tower. Their mouths are kind of funny.
Yep.
And number 5 is Marinette trying to tame the dragon. Number 6 is the "You're awesome" moment from Kat to Marinette. It's not that it's kind of blurry. That's the best I could get. Next one is Marinette giving the Rock Giant album to Jagged. Then we have Chloe eating the magazine. And also
I guess some of mine didn't load.
Oh. And then the last one's the last shot of the show, which is Adrian looking at the album signed by Marinette. Like, this is like an extensive signature from her. She did not have time to do all of that from the 2 seconds that she signs Adrian's thing.
I'm surprised you don't have one where she's like a lot of the up closes on her face when she's working on the.
I don't know. There's too much.
Yeah, like when she's in her room.
Any favorites from this?
Well, the first one, Tiki just staring out of the bag is just such a beautiful, terrifying picture.
I think it's that one or this one of Kat and Ladybug going up the thing with the weird faces.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, granted, she does look pretty majestic on the dragon.
Yeah, it's kind of blurry though. I don't know. Do we need the dragon in the shot? Maybe.
I don't know if we do. I mean, I don't think it's a necessity. Like, it is. I think the clear winner is Tiki just like glaring out of the bag.
You two can experience the. Yeah, this might be the
like our logo for like when we cover Ladybug.
This is this is the creepy Tiki moment. So. I guess that's what they meant. Yeah. So you two can experience Tiki staring at you as you listen to this podcast on YouTube, and just like that'll be the shot staring at you. Okay. We'll be back next week covering Princess Fragrance. Ooh.
Interesting.
Ooh, I see Rose in the description.
Well, it's really funny because they kept making fun of perfume, and then they were like, "Oh, perfume!" Like it.
Yeah.
It was like a perfume. We're gonna have a perfume episode. Wonderful.
By the way, if you want to comment telling us whether you'd prefer, I asked this before, but whether you want us to do Origins part 1 and 2 in one podcast or not, well, that's the only decision left to make better coverage. So, yeah, let us know. I'm Delaney, and that's Delaney Stovall. OverlyAnimated.com is where you can find out everything about this podcast. Check us. You can search for the Overly Animated Podcast, iTunes, your favorite podcatcher. You could support us on patreon.com/overlyanimated. Thank you very much to our patrons, Shayna, Mitch, Cordell, Beatrice, Nate, Andy, Jamie, Rachel, John, Ryan, and Catherine, aka Hey Nephew, Mitch, Canani, Beatrice, Nate, Nathan, Fillion, Buzz Liker, Man, Rachel, Rose, Johnny, Rob, Brian, and Cookie Cat. Yep, we'll be back next week, next Sunday. Let us know what you thought. YouTube comments, comments on overlyanimated.com, Tumblr, X, anything. We really appreciate your feedback. Cool.
Yes. Rock and roll.
Rock and roll. Yeah, thanks for listening, guys. We'll see you next time. Rock and roll. Bye.
Bye.
That was my impression of Jack Stone. Yeah, bye.
That was